From amazing matches to great wins and an amazing crowd, it's easy to see why Bash in Berlin was so loved by many of us wrestling fans. I never thought that a crowd would ever compete with something with the likes of Puerto Rico or France, but apparently Germany gave us some tough competition. These mother canuckers went crazy for the next 3 hours, they went crazy for almost every match, and the matches they did not like, they clearly said it with just silence, just nothing. So as usual, we'll go through every match, rank them from 1 to 5 stars, and if you don't like my ratings, you can leave yours in the comments below. So I think I actually got the card order almost perfectly. We start off with Cody versus Kevin. So yeah, the crowd were really into this. This feud was almost nothing special. I mean, it's a fresh challenge for Cody, which obviously whenever a championship is defended on a show at this point, we're proud of that. But yeah, Kevin and Cody did not need to go this hard. This match was amazing. Literally for the first 5 minutes, when after the bell rang, the crowd was just going like crazy, as if this was like a Champions League game. Kevin and Cody themselves, they went off as well. I mean, what do you expect? Two great wrestlers. And at one point during the match, Cody blows out his knee, and Kevin was about to hit him with a powerbomb on the apron, but he hesitates because, it's Cody, his friend, and Kevin is not in that heel phase yet. But eventually that costs him because Cody retains the title in a great match, and we all thought Kevin was going to turn heel, but he doesn't. He just takes the loss. And I feel like this is not the last time we'll see this play out. I mean, Cody now has Solo Sikoa on deck once again, which, yay. But in the case of this match, this was just great, bro. The thing is, I want to give this 5 stars, but my mind is telling me to go with 4 3/4. But when I keep replaying the match in my head and thinking about it over and over again, I can't seem to find any error. The crowd was energetic, the wrestling itself was great, and the angle was great. Everything about it was just, no issues whatsoever. So in that value, I guess I have to give this 5 stars then. No issues, amazing wrestling, great storytelling, as you'd expect from Cody. So yeah, a solid 5. Next up, we have Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn for the women's tag titles. This match was just whatever, bro. I mean, I'm glad the crowd were into this a little bit, after Jade tagged in, but it was pretty obvious that they were gonna put the titles back on Bianca and Jade. I have no idea why many people were suspecting a heel turn from either woman. It's very clear they're gonna have this go on for a couple more months, and then one of them might turn heel, preferably Bianca. But yeah, it was pretty obvious they're gonna win the tag titles again. And this match was just nothing special. I think I might give this 3 stars. I don't think I can give it anything higher or lower. Just in that middle range of just being passable, in my opinion. Next up, we have Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a strap match. And this was great, bro. I mean, it took a little bit to get into this, but when we got to where we need to get to, this was really fun. We had table spots, we had an energetic crowd, we had to touch all 4 corners of the ring to win, and Punk got his bracelet back. And yeah, this was just amazing, dude. I've not seen many strap matches in my life, but this is definitely the best strap match I have seen, and I would give this 4 3/4. I think if it went a few more minutes and they did more of an angle with the bracelet, because Drew McIntyre kind of just took the bracelet, and then Punk hit him with multiple GTSs, and then took the bracelet and won the match. I feel like if they played onto that a little bit more, this would have been easily 5 stars. But, that little slight imperfection is what gets me to 4 3/4. But still, this was very good. This was very, very good. And I think we might get the 3rd and final match at Bad Blood inside Hell in a Cell. Next, we have the mixed tag team match of Dom and Liv versus the Terror Twins, Rhea and Damien. Now, this was just fun, dude. It obviously is not a perfect tag match, obviously, but this was just a fun thing that we needed to get to on this show, and we all wanted to see it. Dom getting beaten by Rhea. We all wanted it, the crowd wanted it, and we got it. And Rhea and Damian won the match in convincing fashion. And it's clear that this thing is far from over. Even though they won this match, it's clear the rivalry will still go on. And I feel like this is a stepping stone for Damian. He might face Finn Balor after this. But yeah, even though the Judgment Day interfered, and I thought I was going to get my prediction right of like, oh, the Judgment Day interfere and Dom and Liv win the match because of that. No, Damian kicked out of Dom's Frog Splash. And the match goes on and the Terror Twins actually win. So yeah, interference was not enough for the Judgment Day this time, which I love to see. I love seeing baby faces go through the interference of the heel. So yeah, this match was just fun. Not perfect by any means, but it was definitely very good. I'd probably give this like 3 3/4. Definitely close to reaching that 4-star length, but obviously you can't really go above 4 in this instance. But I think this was really solid. Next up, we have Gunther versus Randy Orton. I'm surprised not many people thought this was going to main event the show. I mean, Gunther started his wrestling career in Germany. So, you know, he's going back to his home country. Obviously, he's going to main event. And there's a title on the line. So, obviously, he'd main event with Randy Orton in their rematch. And it took way too long to get into this. But when we got to what we needed to get to, this was really fun. I think this was the point where the crowd was the most energetic they've been all night. I think it was like 5-10 minutes where Randy and Gunther barely did any moves, but the crowd was just going crazy. Many German chants I didn't understand. They were doing the wave at one point. This was just great. And when the match actually got to that next gear, instead of just, headlocks and all that stuff, this was just great, bro. Like, there was a point where Randy hit an RKO and I thought that was going to be it. Like, I suspended my disbelief for a little bit. And this match shows that Gunther is like that guy, And it also shows that Randy still has it, even after almost like 20 years of being in the ring. My jaw literally dropped when Randy put Gunther through the table. I thought that was going to be it, but no, apparently Gunther won by technical submission. Yeah, Randy passed out. That's a very creative finish, and Gunther had Randy in the chokehold for like a while. It took like 5 minutes until Randy finally passed out. But yeah, Gunther retains the world title as expected, and actually they shook hands after the match. So it's great they have that show respect. In terms of a rating, this is definitely better than their first match, and I'd actually give this thing probably 4.5. Like, it's definitely around that range for me. So yeah, like if they cut down like the first like 5-10 minutes where they were just sitting there like and the crowd going crazy, like I don't mind the crowd going crazy, but like after like 3 minutes, like you gotta get moving, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And it took a little bit too long for that, and that's the one thing that's not making this like perfect by any means. But this was still really good. I'd happily watch this again. Overall, Bash in Berlin delivered. I feel like this was a great show, and in terms of a rating for the show itself, I'd give it like a solid 8 out of 10. Definitely very enjoyable, but I think it needed to reach that next like goal. I think if they had the US Open Challenge here from SmackDown, this would definitely be like a 9 or 9.5 in my opinion, because yeah, this was definitely a good one, bro. Probably not as good as the past 2 backlashes, but still a very fun one indeed, in my opinion. I also thought that SummerSlam was very fun, and I feel like it's on par with Bash in Berlin, in my opinion. You can click here to watch my SummerSlam review. I don't think you're going to regret it at all.